The Senate will come to order. The senators will please take their seats. Those persons not entitled to the privilege of the floor will please retire to the gallery. The senators and all in attendance will stand and be led in prayer by the Reverend Dorothy White, St. John's Episcopal Church, Richmond, Virginia. Following the prayer, everyone please remain standing and be led in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America by Senate Page Hannah Cosby.
Let us pray. Eternal God, bless those who are gathered here to share in the privilege of serving on behalf of the people of the Commonwealth of Virginia. Guide them in their deliberations, discussions, as well as their decisions. Help us all to remember that you are with us, even in those difficult and challenging moments in our common lives. Thank you for hearing our hearts when our words are inadequate. We give you thanks for the gift of this day and for your ever-present love. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The clerk will call the roll. All those present will please record their vote aye. The clerk will close the roll.
You have a quorum, Mr. President. Senate Journal for Monday, January 13th, 2020.
The junior senator from Richmond City, Senator Morrissey, moves that the reading of the journal be waived. All in favor of waiving the reading of the journal will record their vote aye. Those opposed, no. Are the senators ready to vote? Have all the senators voted? Do any senators desire to change their vote? Clerk will close the roll.
Ayes 37, noes 2.
Ayes 37, noes 2. The reading of the journal is waived. The clerk will report any communication from the House of Delegates. Senior Senator from Fairfax, Senator Saslaw.
Mr. President, I move that we waive the reading of the journal from the House of Delegates.
Thank you, Senator. The question is, shall the reading of the journal, the communication from the House of Delegates be waived? All in favor of waiving the reading will record their vote aye. Those opposed, no. Are the senators ready to vote? Have all the senators voted? Do any senators desire to change their vote? Clerk will close the roll.
Ayes 35, noes 3.
Ayes 35, noes 3. The reading of the communication from the House of Delegates is waived. The clerk will report any communication from the governor.
We do not have any, sir.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Now comes the time in the morning hour where we have the privilege and the honor of acknowledging our special guests with us here in the Senate gallery. I would remind everybody that the way this will proceed is that a senator will stand up, recognize an individual or group. I will then offer the warm welcome of the Senate, and we will all clap at the very end together. I'd like to begin by calling on the senior senator from Richmond City, Senator McClellan.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise for an introduction.
Thank you, Senator. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. This afternoon's invocation was provided by the Reverend Dorothy White of St. John's Episcopal Church of Richmond. She's the fourth of 5 children born to Oscar and Dorothy White of Knoxville, Tennessee, and received her Bachelor of Arts in Sociology from the University of Tennessee at Knoxville, and earned a Master's of Arts in Theology from Oral Roberts University in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and earned her Doctor of Ministry from Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology at Virginia Union University. Most recently, Dorothy served as the school chaplain at St. Catherine's School in Richmond, and her additional duties included serving as a teacher of religion and philosophy. She currently also serves as a priest associate at St. John's Episcopal Church, Church Hill, and I hope that you will give her the warm welcome of the Senate.
Thank the senator. Would the Reverend Dorothy White please rise in the gallery? Reverend White, thank you so much for joining us here today. Thank you for that very beautiful and heartfelt prayer. We appreciate it. It gets us off to the right foot. And thank you for your moral leadership here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. We're grateful for all that you do. I know that this was your first time, but certainly not your last. And we look forward to seeing you here in the Capitol again. I would ask everyone, please, to join me in extending the warmest welcome of the Senate to the Reverend Dorothy White. Sergeant at Arms.
Mr. President, a message from the House.
Please receive it.
The delegate from Alexandria, Delegate Herring.
Thank you.
Hello, Madam Delegate.
Mr. President, I have been directed by the Speaker of the House of Delegates to inform the Senate that pursuant to Rule 5 of HJR 99, the House of Delegates has postponed the special and continuing joint order relating to judicial elections until Tuesday, January 21st, 2020. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Delegate. Taking a brief pause. Senator from Roanoke City, Senator Edwards.
Mr. President, the time has arrived for the joint order for certain judicial elections. Mr. President, pursuant to Rule 5 of HJR 99, which is the scheduling resolution, I move that the Senate do now agree to hold the special and continuing joint order on Tuesday, January the 21st, 2020.
Thank the senator. Question is, pursuant to Rule 5 of HJR 99, the scheduling resolution, shall the Senate now agree to hold the special and continuing joint order on Tuesday, January 21st, 2020? All in favor will record their vote aye. Those opposed, no. Are the senators ready to vote? Have all the senators voted? Do any senators desire to change their vote? Clerk will close the roll.
Ayes 38, noes 1.
Ayes 38, noes 1. The special and continuing joint order will be held on Tuesday, January 21st, 2020. Returning to the morning hour, I'd like to call on the senior senator from Virginia Beach, Senator DeSteff.
Good afternoon, Mr. President.
Afternoon, Senator.
I rise for two introductions.
Thanks, Senator. You have the floor.
Today we're joined by Bill Curtis, Chairman of the Board of Stopping Transformational Opportunities for Children. Bill is a retired naval captain, Vice Chair of the Republican Party of Virginia Beach. STOP is a community action agency that works to transform individuals, families, and communities in Eastern Virginia through partnerships. Their focus is to reduce the efforts of poverty by assisting low and moderate wage earners and economically disadvantaged residents to achieve self-sufficiency through program and service initiatives which encompass education, employment, housing, and health for the improvement of their quality of life. Mr. President, please offer Captain Bill Curtis the warmest welcome of the Senate.
I thank the senator. Would Captain Bill Curtis please rise in the gallery if you are able? Captain Curtis, thank you so much for joining us here today in the Senate of Virginia. We are grateful for your service to the Commonwealth and to the country, and echo the eloquent words of the senior senator from Virginia Beach, and appreciate all that you do to make our families, our children, our communities stronger. So I would ask everyone to please join me in extending the warmest welcome of the Senate to Captain Bill Curtis. Senior Senator from Virginia Beach, Senator DeSteff.
Mr. President, I stand to continue my introductions this morning.
Senator has the floor.
Today we're also joined by Kara Dixon and Adrian Mayfield of Wavy Channel TV 10. Kara and Adrian are here today to continue filming our senators during session. Candid with Kara may have given me the exposure I needed to win the wonderful fall election for my district. Or that is what Kara and Adrian are telling me anyways. Kara is an exceptional bicyclist and soon strives to train for triathlons. Adrian Mayfield hopes to be a stand-up comedian one day and has been working on her routines for the last year. Mr. President, please offer Kara Dixon and Adrian Mayfield the warmest welcome of the Senate.
Thank the Senator. Would Kara Dixon and Adrian Mayfield please rise in the gallery if you're able? Kara and Adrian, thank you all so much for being here. We are grateful for your work. And Wavy 10, thank you all so much for covering the Capitol and the legislative process. It's important to keep people informed. And we echo the eloquent, generous words of the Senior Senator from Virginia Beach. You, of course, are welcome here anytime. And I would ask everyone please to join me in extending the warmest welcome of the Senate to our friends from Wavy 10 News. Senator from Franklin here. From Hanover, Senator McDougal.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I rise for the purpose of introduction.
Thank you, Senator. You have the floor.
Mr. President, I think they had some geographic concerns when they were passing down the sheet. Mr. President, it's my privilege to ask that you offer the warm welcome of the Senate to a scout troop led by their scout leader, Mitzi Marker. Mitzi happens to be my sister, and in the group is a former Senate page, Mackenzie Marker. They also have Heather Lowry, Macy Banton, Olivia Taylor, and Emily Taylor. Mr. President, they are down here working on a merit badge and watching the operation of the legislative process.
Thank the Senator. Would Mitzi Marker and the Girl Scout troop leaders please rise in the gallery if you're able? Thank you all so much for joining us here today. We're grateful always to have the Scouts here in the Capitol, and good luck on your merit badge. I'm sure that you will earn it. And Mitzi, thank you so much for your leadership and for your support of Senator McDougal, your brother, and echo his generous words, and look forward to seeing you all around at the Capitol many more times to come. I would ask everyone to please join me in extending the warmest welcome of the Senate to Mitzi Marker and our Girl Scout troop leaders. Senator from Spotsylvania, Senator Reeves.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning. I would ask that the Journal reflect a leave of absence for my seatmate who's on personal business.
Thank the Senator. The Journal will so reflect. Are there any other senators who wish to be recognized for purposes of an introduction? Seeing none, the clerk will call the calendar.
Senate calendar for Tuesday, January 14th, 2020. Uncontested calendar, Senate bills on third reading.
Senior Senator from Fairfax, Senator Saslaw.
Mr. President, I move that the Senate bills on third reading, the uncontested calendar is pages 1 and 2, that's Senate Bill 44 through 275, be placed on their final passage in a block. Any senator desiring to remove a bill from the block, please do so after the clerk has read the number of the bill.
Thank the Senator. The question is, shall the Senate bills on the uncontested calendar, third reading, pages 1 through 2, Senate Bill 44 through Senate Bill 275, be placed upon their final passage in the block, with the understanding that any senator desiring a bill be removed from the block will do so after the clerk has read the number of the bill. All in favor of the motion will say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is agreed to. The bills are before us in the block. The clerk will read the number of the bills.
Senate Bill 44, Senate Bill 112, Senate Bill 275.
Question is, shall the bills in the block pass? All in favor of passage of the bills will record their vote aye. Those opposed, no. Are the senators ready to vote? Have all the senators voted? Do any senators desire to change their vote? The clerk close the roll.
Ayes 39, no 0.
Ayes 39, no 0. The bills in the block pass.
Regular calendar, Senate bills on third reading. Senate Bill 238, a bill relating to public schools kindergarten instructional time.
Senator from Southern Fairfax, Senator Barker.
Mr. President, I move that the bill pass, and just speaking briefly to the bill.
Senator has the floor.
This bill requires that all students who are in kindergarten receive full-day kindergarten. We've had a past that had a number of students receiving full-day kindergarten, but some students receiving half-day kindergarten. The data and research shows quite clearly that students benefit tremendously academically, socially, and in terms of interaction with their teachers by having full-day kindergarten. We passed this bill last year in the Senate, and that did not make it out of the House. It was not taken up for final action over there, but I would hope it would be the pleasure of the body to adopt the bill today.
Thank you, Senator. Do any other senators wish to be heard regarding Senate Bill 238? Seeing none, the question is, shall Senate Bill 238 pass? All in favor of the motion will record their vote aye. Those opposed, no. Are the senators ready to vote? Have all the senators voted? Do any senators desire to change their vote? The clerk will close the roll.
Ayes 32, noes 6.
Ayes 32, noes 6. Senate Bill 238 passes.
Senate Bill 239, a bill relating to medical assistance administration of fluoride varnish.
Senator from Southern Fairfax, Senator Barker.
Mr. President, what this is doing, and I move that this bill pass and speaking briefly.
Senator has the floor.
What this does is try to expand the number of people who can provide fluoride varnish in a dental office, et cetera, to be able to deal with issues in terms of oral health that individuals may have. There are certain people who are already authorized to provide that. What the original bill, as drafted, referenced medical assistants, of which there are many that operate in medical offices. It was questioned since medical assistance is not defined in either the code or regulations, so we changed it to be able to ensure that this is someone who had received the approval of the dentist or a physician to be able to provide the service. And hope it be the pleasure of the body to approve this bill as well.
Thank you, Senator. Do any other senators wish to be heard with regard to Senate Bill 239? Seeing none, the question is, shall Senate Bill 239 pass? All in favor of the motion will record their vote aye. Those opposed, no. Are the senators ready to vote? Have all the senators voted? Do any senators desire to change their vote? Clerk will close the roll.
Ayes 38, noes 1.
Ayes 38, noes 1. Senate Bill 239 passes.
Uncontested calendar Senate bills on second reading.
Senior Senator from Fairfax, Senator Saslaw.
I move that all Senate bills on second reading on the uncontested calendar, it's pages 3 and 4, Senate Bill 186 through 355, be advanced to their engrossment and third reading in a block after the adoption of the amendment thereto. Any senator desiring to remove a bill from the block, please do so after the clerk has read the number of the bill.
Thank the Senator. The question is, shall all Senate bills on second reading on the uncontested calendar on pages 3 through 4, Senate Bill 186 through Senate Bill 355, be engrossed in advance to their third reading in the block after the adoption of the amendments thereto, and that any senator desiring a bill be removed from the block will do so after the clerk has read the number of the bill. All in favor of the motion will say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is agreed to. The clerk will read the number of the bills.
Senate Bill 186, reported from the Committee on Education and Health, and there are 2 floor amendments.
Senator from Henrico, Senator Donovan.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that we accept the amendments and speak to those amendments.
Thank you, Senator. Do you want to waive the reading to begin?
Sorry, yes, thank you, Mr. President. Would you waive the reading?
Thank you, Senator. The question is, shall the reading of the floor amendments be waived? All in favor of waiving the reading will say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The reading of the floor amendments is waived. Senator from Henrico, Senator Donovan.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. These floor amendments, this bill is a bill that just ensures that those that have an IEP actually have family life education that appropriately engages them so that they are both protected and have actions that, are safer for the rest of society as well. And so the amendments that I have here are simply a amendment that clarifies that it would be age-appropriate education in the IEP. I move the amendments, Mr. President.
Thank the Senator. Do any other senators wish to be heard with regard to the floor amendments? Seeing none, the question is, shall the floor amendments be adopted? All in favor of the motion will say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The floor amendments are adopted.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that we engross and pass this bill on to its third reading.
Be done in the block. It's in the block? Okay, this will be part of the block, Senator. Thank you very much.
Senate Bill 181, reported from the Committee on Rehabilitation and Social Services. Senate Bill 214, reported from the Committee on Rehabilitation and Social Services. Senate Bill 355, reported from the Committee on Rehabilitation and Social Services.
The question is, shall the Senate bills be engrossed in advance to their third reading? All in favor of the motion will say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The bills are engrossed in advance to their third reading.
Regular calendar, Senate bills on second reading. Senate Bill 20, a bill to require the Board of Juvenile Justice to promulgate regulations governing youth detained in juvenile correctional facilities pursuant to contracts with the federal government. Reported from the Committee on Rehabilitation and Social Services.
Senator from Alexandria, Senator Eben.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the bill be engrossed in advance to its third reading.
Thank the Senator. The question is, shall the bill be engrossed in advance to its third reading? All in favor of the motion will say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The bill is engrossed in advance to its third reading.
Senate Bill 212, a bill relating to alcoholic beverage control, annual mixed beverages, performing arts facility license. Reported from the Committee on Rehabilitation and Social Services with amendments.
Senator from Arlington, Senator Favola.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the amendments be agreed to.
Thank the Senator. The question is, shall the committee amendments be agreed to? All in favor of the motion will say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The committee amendments are agreed to. Senator from Arlington, Senator Favola.
Thank you. Mr. President, I move that the bill be engrossed in advance to its third reading.
Thank the Senator. The question is, shall the bill be engrossed in advance to its third reading? All in favor of the motion will say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The bill is engrossed in advance to its third reading.
Senate Bill 495, a bill relating to alcoholic beverage control, jewelry store license. Reported from the Committee on Rehabilitation and Social Services with amendment.
Senator from Roanoke City, Senator Edwards.
Mr. President, I move that the committee amendment be agreed to.
Thank the Senator. The question is, shall the committee amendment be agreed to? All in favor of the motion will say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The committee amendment is agreed to. Senator from Roanoke City, Senator Edwards.
Mr. President, I move that the bill be engrossed in advance to its third reading.
Thank the Senator. The question is, shall the bill be engrossed in advance to its third reading? All in favor of the motion will say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The bill is engrossed in advance to its third reading.
Uncontested calendar, Senate bills on first reading.
Senior Senator from Fairfax, Senator Saslaw.
Mr. President, I move that all Senate bills on first reading on the uncontested and regular calendar, it's pages 6 through 9, and Senate bills 465 through Senate Bill 340, that the rules be suspended and the first constitutional reading be dispensed with.
Thank the Senator. The question is, shall the rules be suspended in the first reading of the titles of Senate bills on the uncontested and regular calendars, pages 6 through 9, Senate Bill 465 through Senate Bill 340 be dispensed with? All in favor of the motion will record their vote aye. Those opposed, no. Are the senators ready to vote? Have all the senators voted? Do any senators desire to change their vote? Clerk, close the roll.
Ayes 39, no 0.
Ayes 39, no 0. The reading of the titles is dispensed with. Senior Senator from Fairfax, Senator Saslaw.
Mr. President, I now move that all said bills go by for the day.
Thank the Senator. The question is, shall the Senate bills on the uncontested and regular calendars now on second reading go by for the day? All in favor of the motion will say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The bills will go by for the day.
Page 9, regular calendar, Senate Joint Resolution on second reading. Senate Joint Resolution 1, ratifying the Equal Rights Amendment to the Constitution of the United States. Reported from the Committee on Privileges and Elections with a substitute.
The Senior Senator from Richmond City, Senator McClellan.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that we adopt the committee substitute.
Thank the Senator. The question is, shall the committee substitute be adopted? All in favor of the motion will say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The committee substitute is adopted. The Senior Senator from Richmond City, Senator McClellan.
Mr. President, I move that the resolution be engrossed and passed to its third reading.
Thank the Senator. The question is, shall the resolution be engrossed in advance to its third reading? All in favor of the motion will say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The resolution is engrossed in advance to its third reading. Resolutions, petitions, and bills are in order. Senior Senator from Fairfax, Senator Saslaw.
Mr. President, I inquire of the clerk, does that complete the calendar for today?
Yes, sir.
Senator, for what purpose does the Senator from Prince William, Senator McPike, rise?
I rise for a point of personal privilege, Mr. President.
Senator has the floor.
So this may be a little bit of an inquiry. I've got some curious news on Twitter, and it just asks the body which senator represents Frederick County, Virginia.
Mr. President.
For what purpose does the Senator from Frederick County rise?
Mr. President, I wish to respond to the Senator from Prince William that, yes, I do represent Frederick County.
Mr. President,
Senator's floor.
If the Senator would yield for a question, is it not true that I've seen a certain aggressiveness from our neighboring state, the Mountain State, in regards to Frederick County and some sort of resolution to bring Frederick County into West Virginia? Is this accurate?
Senator has the floor.
Mr. President, I would respond to the Senator from Prince William that is in fact true. That would appear on Monday that the West Virginia Senate indeed passed a resolution that was introduced by Senator Charles Trump to remind the residents of my county that they have a standing invitation that goes back to, I think, about 158 years to join West Virginia. And Mr. President, if I may, it is often the case that when I am in Walmart or the Costco that's near West Virginia, that I run into people who live in West Virginia and they tell me what a great job I do in the Senate of Virginia and that they voted for me. So I would just like to let the body know that I not only represent Frederick County, but I represent a whole bunch of people in West Virginia. Thank you, Mr. President.
I thank the lady for her response.
Do any other senators wish to be recognized for point of personal privilege? Seeing none, the clerk will report any announcements on the desk.
Today, Tuesday, January 14th, the Committee on Privileges and Elections will meet 15 minutes after adjournment, Senate Room 3 in the Capitol. Committee on Agriculture, Conservation, and Natural Resources will meet 1/2 hour after adjournment, Senate Room A, Pocahontas. The Finance and Appropriations Subcommittee on Higher Education will meet at 3:30 p.m., Subcommittee Room 1 in Pocahontas. Senators Locke, Howell, Saslaw, Norman, Ruff, and Edwards. The Education and Health Subcommittee on Health will meet at 4 p.m., Subcommittee Room 2, Pocahontas. Senators Lewis, Saslaw, Barker, Donovan, and Suderline. Tomorrow, Wednesday, January 15th, the Finance and Appropriations Subcommittee on Public Safety will meet at 7:30 a.m., Senate Leadership Conference Room, 6th floor, Pocahontas. Senators Lucas, Norman, Ruff, Edwards, Peterson, Marsden, and Eben. The Committee on Finance and Appropriations will meet at 9 a.m., Committee Room B, Pocahontas. The Democratic Caucus will meet at 11:30 a.m., Senate Room 1 in the Capitol. The Republican Caucus will meet at 11:30 a.m., Senate Room 2 in the Capitol. And on your desk is a list of suggested guidelines for introducing guests during the morning hour.
Senator from Portsmouth, Senator Lucas.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate do now adjourn until 12 o'clock noon tomorrow.
Thank the Senator. The question is, shall the Senate stand adjourned until 12 o'clock noon tomorrow? All in favor of the motion will say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The Senate stands adjourned until 12 o'clock noon tomorrow.